Hey everyone. Welcome to another episode of Permission Granted Podcast. I'm Kasha, and I'm here with Shelly and Eva, and Kim is sending her love. And today we're going to talk about tantrums. Not the 2-year-old kind, the adult kind.
Energetic adult tantrums.
Energetic adult tantrums, because, we're all always being so diligent and doing the things and being so responsible and adulting, and all three of us, we were just chatting, we've all had, we hit this place where we just can't do it. Like, something's got to give, and we're not sure what it is, so we just want to kind of unpack that a little bit and just chat about it and share our experiences, and I'm sure some awesome juice will come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I was definitely experiencing that, just wanting to like scream and stomp and cry and like rage against the universe for all of the things going wrong, We've just had spring break, and like both of my boys were home. My husband was home because he was injured right before spring break, and so none of our plans went the way that we wanted them to, and it was just getting to be too much. And I think that there's something to be learned from the toddler tantrum, because those happen not because they're brats or horrible children. It's because they're tiny little humans with a big emotional thing going on, and they can't process it, right? And so who's to say that that can't happen to us too, right? We get overwhelming emotions. Why is it so wrong for us to break down and scream and throw things or stomp or punch a pillow, or why can't we process that?
It kind of feels like because we're not supposed to, because that's not the proper thing to do. Together. Because we're adults and we shouldn't act like children. And I say # that's ridiculous, because we're allowed to feel our emotions just like children have to, go through the motions and kind of express themselves. I had that moment this morning where I work outside of the home along with working in my business here in my house, and I just didn't feel like going to my outside job that I had to go to today. It's a substitute job that I do. I'm not obligated to be there every day. I choose to be there every day. But today I was like, I don't feel like adulting today. I want to stay home in my pajamas till when I'm tired of being in my pajamas and letting the day just pretty much navigate to what it is that I wanted to do. And I felt great about it. Mm-hmm. Zero guilt. And I feel like we should honor those moments when we want to go against the grain, because like Kasha said, we're always being responsible and doing the thing. That sometimes we're entitled to just sway a little bit and have a little fun and indulge in those moments that we want to be like, playing hooky, so to speak. What do you girls think?
And like, for me, what stops me from really allowing the process is this intellectual understanding of like, these are the laws of the universe, and if you want to manifest properly, then you gotta like not wallow and not not slip up. But then
you gotta stay the course.
Right? But then I'm thinking, maybe these tantrums isn't that I'm off course or that I shouldn't be doing them. Maybe that's just something inside me that's already like a vibrational thing. It's in there, and this is just the best way for it to come out so that I notice it. Just allow it to, fizzle out. I don't know. That's just a thought, because I'm so intellectual. I drive myself crazy trying to like understand all of it.
I know. Well, it's interesting because like for us, especially because we always talk about like giving yourself permission and everything. And like the four of us, we really all sort of believe in law of attraction and the manifestation possibilities in our different ways. And we use that in our lives. And it does kind of feel like it's going against the grain to let yourself have an emotional like outburst, right? But it's almost like you have to sort of release that in order to bring yourself back into alignment with the things that are coming into your space, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, and it aligns with the whole perfection of everything. Like, we feel like everything has to be a certain way, and we have to model how everyone does everything, and also exercising our power of no, and knowing when we say no, it's okay. We don't have to yes everything to death.
For sure. And like I listen to Abraham often, and they say it's just reach for the thing that feels better. And going to your job today felt icky and staying home felt better, or having this tantrum, this emotional, wallowing, whatever feels better, then that's the path of least resistance, because we're not looking for the path of no resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not saying like don't go to your job if you have to, right? But
Exactly. That's a public service announcement, ladies. Yeah. Please go to your job if that is supporting your home.
Yeah. But allow yourself to freak out on the way there, and just like let the fizz out.
Or have a backup plan. If you do have to go to said job, know that your lunch hour, you're not going to sit by your desk. You're not going to give them your time. You're going to get your ass up, go sit in your car if you have to. If you have the flexibility to walk somewhere, like plan ahead those moments that you have to yourself while you're at your job, so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and you're looking forward to that thing.
Exactly.
Definitely. Like our lives have boundaries and expectations in them, and you can release as much as you want from that, but sometimes we do still have to show up for things. Mm-hmm. And it's just about like, how can I support myself in this, right? How can I let it be just a little bit easier? So maybe you wear some comfier clothes, or maybe you bring yourself a piece of chocolate to have with your lunch, or, just something to help you feel better when you're doing the thing you don't necessarily want to do. Mm-hmm. Because you're allowed to not feel amazing all the time. I think that's really important to acknowledge. Like, you're not ruining all of your possibilities and your manifesting power and all of that. You're not going backwards by feeling bad.
Right. And I think that's what I forget.
Yeah. It's easy to forget.
That we can soothe ourselves, like find ways, like Shelly was saying, like find those little things that that can soothe you in the moment, so that you're not falling into the traps of feeling guilty about it, because this is a guilt-free zone. We should never feel guilty in feeling our feelings. Mm-hmm. We just can't live in them for long. We have to honor them, process them, have the little tantrums, go with the feeling that feels the best to us at that moment, and then be okay with it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's important, though, is like the idea that you can't stay in it. People like to be like, oh, I'm not feeling that, and they bottle it up. But that's not how you let it go. No. Letting it go means feeling it, letting that feeling come through. And the thing is like, you, even when you're in the middle of one of those really good, ugly cries, it ends, right?
Yeah.
An end point. There's a point which it just fades out, and then you're peaceful and you're calm and you're sleepy. Yeah. You just rest.
You run out of tears and snots.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done.
Yeah. And it almost happens like suddenly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's almost like it's suddenly, you're just out.
Yeah. Like the rain just like falling.
Yeah.
And we have so much fear around letting that happen, but letting it out makes room. It's just like cleaning out your closet, or doing your spring cleaning and selling things you don't use, and giving away clothes you don't wear and stuff. You have to feel your emotions too. Mm-hmm. They're not the big scary things.
And it's like I love that we, the three of us, the four of us, can message each other. We often do, like on a daily basis, be like, oh my God, please send love, send support. It's important to do that with the right people, because not everybody would hold space. Some people will like go get down on the floor and commiserate with you, and that is not what I want.
Yes.
I don't want to like strengthen this. I want to be held and supported, and I want someone to walk beside me as I tantrum. And I so appreciate that with our circle here.
Yeah.
I do too. I love how usually there's at least two of us feeling the same thing at the same time, and we're feeling it for different reasons, but we can come together and say, you know what, I completely understand. I'm going through this too. But we don't take each other down into the pity party together to stay there. We're like supporting each other, right? So find those people in your life that can lift you up without being like, oh, just cheer up, right?
Yeah,
let you be where you are, but at the same time, be like, I'm here for you when you're ready to stand up again.
Yeah,
exactly.
And sometimes we don't need answers. We just need support. Mm-hmm. We just need to know that someone is holding space for us while we're processing what we're going through. And sometimes that's enough. Like, you don't have to feel like you have to be like this huge support system of trying to have all the answers for all the things, because a lot of the times we don't want answers. We just want to know, like, you know what? I'm feeling the same way. I know what you're going through. I got you, but we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
And keep it in a positive light, no matter how bad the circumstance feels.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So are we ready to hand out some permission slips?
Let's do it.
I'm giving you permission to just like act like a crazy toddler if you need to. Stamp your feet, find a pillow to punch, cry, sob, scream, go for a hike and scream. Just let it out however feels good to you. But let it out. You're just as much allowed to do that as a 3 or 4 year old child.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
my permission granted is to allow yourself those moments that you want to play hooky from your life and your business. When you have felt like you've done enough, but you feel like you just want to take that break, and you're feeling overwhelmed because you think you need to be doing the responsible thing. No, for like example, for me, when it came up and I felt like just I needed to be home today, honor that. Sometimes when your intuition is talking to you, don't let it come where it's screaming at you. Permission granted to take those moments to really honor yourself and do the things that you need to do to soothe yourself, so that, you know, going back into your routine, going back into your responsibilities of things, you're going in that much better.
Yeah. And permission granted to ask for support, the right kind of support that would really soothe you and hold that space and honor what you're going through, not someone who would judge you or commiserate with you, but really just, and you can ask, like, sometimes people don't know what you need. So you can just be like, you know what, could you just like give me 10 minutes of your time? I just need to freak out and just listen. And I don't need you to fix anything because nothing's broken. Just listen to me. And
Yeah.
be amazed at who will step up to do that for you. So awesome.
Oh, look, we have a special guest.
Special guest. This is Onyx.
Shelly's new kitten.
Yep.
So cute.
Hi, world.
Oh my gosh. Thanks everyone for joining us for another episode of Permission Granted Podcast. And we invite you to subscribe, to share. If this message resonated with you, we have conversations like this all the time. There's a subscribe button below this video. We are also on SoundCloud and soon to be on other places. Share the voice, because this is this real conversation. This is what life is all about. And of course, grab your Permission Granted manifesto, which is something that we all live by. It's power statements that really lead us, allow us to lead ourselves. And we will see you again next time.
Bye.